Okay, y'all. My name is Navy Blue. I mean, Brandy Nickel. And I am here to talk to y'all about Don Caselli. I just finished Don Caselli in the Jahquel J series. You know how I go: Capone, Capadonna, Capri, Quasem, 10,000 Hours with a Rich Menace. You know, on and on and on it goes. And I was kind of lackluster, nonchalant about reading Don Caselli. Like, I was just kind of like, I don't really care about Landon that much. I don't feel like this is going to be nothing I'm wild about reading, right? Why that book got me smiling like this? I don't even like the little brothers. I be liking the big dog. I'm a Capadonna girl. Down. I'm a Quasim girl. Down. But that Landon got me grinning, y'all. So first of all, I love that he went on and went to college and got 2 degrees. I like that. I like an ambitious man. You know, I like an ambitious man. I will say this book also softened me up to Menace, seeing Menace through Landon's eyes, because I enjoyed the Menace book, but I was like, he's not my book, babe. He's too mean for me. But seeing him through Landon's eyes really softened him up for me, because, you know, Landon was the baby brother and Menace sacrificed and did everything to make sure that his siblings, including Landon, could live their lives the way that they want to and could have all the things that they want to. So when we meet Landon, he has a penthouse, he got a car collection, he living good. You know what I'm saying? And not to say he not working, because he works with Corleone, doing like cybersecurity type stuff too. But really, he's taken care of because his brother's a billionaire. Period. We love to see black billionaires in books. Look, I'm doing clock it with both fingers. Clock it, double clock it. Anyways, so I love that. But we meet him and he just, you know, real cool, calm, rich, fine. You know, that's what it's giving. He be having a little affair with his housekeeper. You know, he got a little lady he really like, but it's Menace, his big brother, his big brother, Menace's goddaughter, and so Menace is like, I don't want you dealing with her. And she also works for their company doing something, selling something. I ain't talking about feet pics. Anyway, so he kind of like, you know, they kind of on the low with it, but he really is very interested in this girl. And so he shows up to her birthday dinner, even though she didn't invite him. He shows up and he meets another girl named Navy Blue. And Navy sitting at the dinner reading her Kindle. She like, I'm just here with my cousin. She made me come. And she didn't want to come by herself, but she's sitting there reading her Kindle. I'm like, that's my kind of girl. That's my kind of girl. And so he finds out she's like a content creator. She's a, you know, book talker, booktuber. Is it me? Am I Navy Blue? Anyways, you know, real cool girl, Brooklyn girl. I think she's from Brooklyn. Excuse me, New Yorkers, if that's not where she's from. But real cute, real thick, like, got braids. Real thick, got braids. Got a Kindle. You know what I'm saying? Like, she giving, she fine, she fly. You know, they start talking, she witty. The banter's good. He kind of like, who did you say you were again? Because, so, you know, that's that. Couple days later or soon after, he ends up finding out the girl that he's been, you know, crushing on, dealing with, whatever. Kennedy, I think is her name. Not important. This dog, he just keep like trying to get closer and closer. And by closer and closer, I mean he wants to be in my skin. Anyways, Kennedy, I think her name is. He ends up seeing on the news that she's engaged to some rich man. And he like, oh, ain't nobody told me nothing. We still screwing, talking, doing all of that. And you talking about you engaged. Engaged? Insane. So obviously he like, all right, it's a wrap. She done. She done. And so then him and Navy start to date, deal with each other, try to see what's there. But there are a couple things that I want to hit on. One, this idea of family. He comes from a pretty non-traditional family. He lost both of his parents when he was really, really young. So his older brother and his older sisters raised him. They don't have like the standard family dynamic. It's kind of strained, but they're really trying to get on better footing. And when he meets her family, she has a really warm, open family, super, super close, super tight. And so they are like, they just welcome him. Her mom's like, call me Ma, like just really, really open. And it's not one-sided. Like he treats them so well. And I'm just like, I love to see that in a dynamic in a couple. So the family aspect of bridging the gap. And so the things that he's needing in his life, which is just more love, more community, she's able to provide for him via her community and her, the amount of love she has and what she needs, which is a little bit more financial freedom, if we can be honest, because he's, the heir of a billionaire pretty much. He's able to provide that for her and for her family as they get more serious, of course. So things like her saying, I would like to have an uninterrupted place to record my content. He like, okay, boom, I'm gonna rent this area out for you. You go record your content. Like he's able to give her that. And that is the give and take that a healthy relationship requires. So many books show us one-sided. Like it's one person giving, and one person just like, for me. And don't get me wrong, I would love to be a for me girl. But the give and take is really what it means to be in a healthy courtship. And it doesn't look like I give you money, you give me money. It looks like, hey, I'm providing you with this emotional stability and you're providing me with a financial stability. And together, we locking this thing on up. You know what I'm saying? And so the other thing I want to talk about is children. So we learn early on from Navy, she does not want to have children and she's sure about it. And Landon is like, okay, I don't know. I've never really thought about it right now. I'm not crazy about children, but I don't want children. And then we get some backstory on Navy and her ex-boyfriend, and he has wanted children. He's always trying to pressure her and or trap her into having children. And eventually he cheats on her and gets another girl pregnant. And, it's just a whole thing about her not wanting children. So we go on this journey with her of trying to get her tubes tied. And doctors won't do it because they're like, well, what if you get married someday? So some imaginary husband is the reason she can't get her tubes tied. And so she ends up getting pregnant. And she's like, dang, I hope when I tell him he doesn't want me to keep it, basically, Landon. And he's like, whatever you want to do, And I'm thinking that, and at this point, she's like, no, I'm rethinking it. And I was like, no, like, please keep her child-free by choice, because I think we need to see that. I need to see that. As a woman who is child-free by choice, I need to see a fly, amazing character with a great man living a great life, and she's child-free by choice. So I was praying, like, please don't turn this into, well, now that I've met you, I've changed my mind. And not to say that that can't happen, but I think it is so powerful that Jahquel J left this couple child-free by choice. We're going to be fly and rich and enjoy life and love each other fully. And he was like, you don't got to get your tubes tied. I'll get a vasectomy. I want to make this easy on you. I'm like, a man after my own heart. That is probably the highlight of the book for me. I can't lie. Like, he did some amazing things for her. He was amazing throughout the book. She was amazing to him. Some great storylines, some great dynamics, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that Jahquel J gave us a woman who was certain about being child-free by choice, and not because she had a traumatic childhood, but just because that's not what she wanted with her life. I don't see that for myself. I don't desire that for myself. It's not what I want. And she found a great man, and he was like, I don't need that either. We good. I love you. At the end of the day, that's enough for me. 10 out of 10 out of 10. Thank you, Jahquel J. So that is my just random thoughts slash review about Don Caselli. Very much enjoyed that one, especially given that I was not looking forward to it. I was like, I'm ready to just jump to Goon. I'm so glad that I seen it through. All right, until next time, guys.